Welcome to Who's Your Caddy? I'm your host, Adam Hallas, and I'm the host this week because, as you'll notice, Kelly's not with us. She is going solo, or I'm going solo, and tonight she had some prior commitments. So it's just me. So I'm going to treat you to 16 minutes of awesome, and we'll dive into the picks and the course here after this. All right. So last week we had the Zurich Classic, which is played down in New Orleans, and it is a best ball and alternating shot format. And we, like Kelly pointed out, best ball was the lowest round by far. I think the average score was between like -6 and -7. I don't know. It was pretty low scores. And for the most part, the good friends that have played together for quite some time and kind of knew the course and knew the format did well. Those that were new did not do well to the format, and that's why Shane Lowry and Roy won, and they were both seen celebrating afterwards and karaokeing. So good, exciting format there. This week, back to normal. We're going to the CJ Cup Byron Nelson, which is played at the TPC Craig Ranch. And let me tell you, we're back to the Birdie Fest, and we're going to be expecting scores between -23 to -28. So I would expect a low cut of maybe -3, -4. So anyway, what is the course like? Well, designed by Tom Weiskopf, the course is renowned for its, clean layout. I would say fairly hittable fairways. You're going to have to scramble around some greens. The course measures about 7,400 yards. It's par 72. We have Zoysia fairways, pristine bent grass greens. It's going to be easy to get to the greens. You just have to finish those putts. Now, some notable holes. We have a par 4, 14th hole. Pretty drivable. It's a downhill tee shot with water to the left and several bunkers around the green. Then we have a 15th hole, par 3, water. This hole has a pond to the left and a tough bunker positioned to the right. So again, it is not open season for some of these holes, but you'll just have to be precise on your shot. And then another par on the third hole, par 4, split fairway allowing a riskier drive over a river ravine or a safer route with a challenging uphill shot, kind of like mini golf. So who are we looking for this type of course? Well, we want somebody that can drive the ball, who's a little bit aggressive, but has a good second shot and can at least putt. Now, when I was doing my initial pool and trying to select everyone together, I was looking at driving distance, ball striking ability, approach. I was looking at course history here, and then how has this course played in the past, and by far, like greens in regulation, and then scrambling was also a key factor. So when you look at a lot of the strokes gained, par 5 scoring was also a key factor. You're almost looking at half a stroke there. So let's look at ball striking, off the tee, approach, putting. Almost, a gained stroke for all three of those. Ball striking, you're looking at 2 strokes gained by the top 10 finishers. So when you're looking at narrowing down your pool and, looking at who can, kind of weed out, keep those in mind. When I was looking at my pool, some people showed up and I was like, oh, this is worth, taking a second gander. And one of those people is Daniel Berger. And I was like, you know what? I haven't heard his name in a while. Let's dive in. Let's see what we can do. And he's been averaging about 30 putts around, which is not great. That's just not great. So I ixnayed him. But we'll get to the rest of my pool here now. That being said, some of the people I'm looking at the top, one person sticks out in particular is Adam Scott. Adam Scott will have close to one of the higher percentages of ownership, but he is aggressive. Driving distance 312 yards. His accuracy is about average, but his greens and regulation is above 65%. Putts per round is 28. So he fits all the things I'm looking for. He's done well here at the Byron Nelson, top 10 finish last year. And then the year before, he's in 32nd. But I think he's due for resurgence. So I like Adam Scott, and his price at right now is 9,600. His ownership is at 16% as it stands today, Tuesday. Looking a little bit further on down, it's kind of hard. So like I'm looking at, Tom Kim, KH Lee, and Aaron Rai. I'm looking at all those in between. Tom Kim is like 9,000, KH Lee is 8,300, Aaron Rai is 8,000. So I'm looking at all those, and they have a few things in particular that I like, and that's driving accuracy and greens and regulation. All three of them are just not long off the tee box, which I kind of look at as far as like, gaining an edge on this course. But, when you're looking at Tom Kim, he does well on easy courses and birdie fests. So I'm putting him in my pool. When I look at KH Lee, again, he's at 302. Driving accuracy is a little bit less than ideal, but his greens and regulation is up there. And he does pretty well on average courses. Now, he doesn't do great at birdie fests, but I'm hoping his recent play is doing okay. He came in 40th at the Corrales Budokan, but he typically has a good history here at the Byron Nelson. And another person that I am looking at, I mentioned, was Aaron Rai. Aaron Rai, he's going to be at 11% ownership right now. Again, not long off the tee. We're like at 290 yards, but driving accuracy, 71%. Greens and regulation, 70. Does great on easy to that meter in between the birdie fest, not a birdie fest. And so he's right there. I'm hoping not his recent form can carry him into this tournament, and his, what he did at the Houston Open. He missed the cut of the Corrales Budokan, but I think with, I'll say it's slightly easier format and easier course, I think he should be looked at for your pool. A couple people I'm looking at down further below. I'm looking at the Gim Reaper, so that's Douglas Gim. I'm also looking at Joseph Bramlett, and I'm looking at Bramlett because he's long off the tee. This Sir is 313 yards off the tee. Driving accuracy, not that great, but greens and regulation is at 67%. So again, he's got all those factors. Now, history says that he doesn't do well at easy courses, but I'm hoping his history here at the Byron Nelson is anything. So he came in 19th last year. I'm hoping that he just kind of loves this course, kind of goes in it stress-free. Joseph Bramlett's kind of like my dark horse, I guess. And let's take a look at the Gim Reaper, Douglas Gim. He's going to be at 10% ownership as it stands right now. He's at 71% driving accuracy, 73 greens and regulation. Loves easy courses. And he came in 19th again last year at the Byron Nelson. So I think he's worth a flyer, especially at his price of 7,700. So we talked about Adam Scott, who's at 9,600. We talked about Tom Kim, who's at 9,000. KH Lee at 8,300. Aaron Rai at 8,000. Joseph Bramlett at 7,200. And Douglas Gim at 7,700. I have a couple of people underneath. I think another dark horse, and it's not really a dark horse, he just does well at this course, is Ryan Palmer. Ryan Palmer is at 5% ownership as it stands right now, which is kind of a crime. 301 yards off the tee box, 66 driving accuracy, 69% greens in regulation. His putter's okay, but he freaking loves the Byron Nelson Classic. I don't know what it is. Like last year, he had missed a cut, the 35 at Wells Fargo, and then 8th at the Byron Nelson. And so let's go back to the year 2022. Missed cut at the Players, 48th of Valero, missed cut of the Masters, came in 5th at the Byron Nelson, and at the PGA Championship, missed the cut. He loves the Byron Nelson. So I think Ryan Palmer is going to be your dark horse coming in. So again, I'll recap because I'm trying to give you 16 minutes of awesome, and I'm coming in at a little short. So let's go through it quietly using our inside voices. So Adam Scott, Tom Kim, KH Lee, Aaron Rai, Doug Gim, Joseph Bramlett, and Ryan Palmer as people that can fill out your cheaper end of the roster. It's going to be a birdie fest format, and we're going to be looking for driving distance. We're looking at ball striking ability. We're looking at off the tee. We're looking at approach. We're looking at putting. You can add scrambling in there. Like I said, some of the greens are surrounded by bunkers. So look all those, put them into your pool, kind of shake them up and see what comes out of there. Let us know how you do. I'm at Mr. Hallas on Twitter, formerly, or X, I don't know, X, formerly known as Twitter. You can still go to twitter.com. It goes to the same place. And you can also reach Kelly at Kelly in Phoenix. We'd be happy to answer your questions. Give us your death threats, love letters. I don't care. Happy to talk. And as always, happy golfing.